Hello, it's Terry Vanover with Choosing to Rise. It is so wonderful to see you today. I have a very important topic that I'm talking about, which is how to choose the right attorney. So many people, when they go through their divorce, they choose the wrong attorney and they ended up having to get a new attorney, and it ends up costing them so much time and money. So choosing the right attorney is so vital if you decide to go through litigation in your divorce, which doesn't always have to be the case. There are alternatives to hiring an attorney and litigating as well. So if you're curious about that, you should reach out to me because I can help you determine whether or not that's the right process for you. So today we're going to talk about how to choose the right attorney if that's the route you have to go in your divorce. So some of the things that we're going to talk about today are some questions that you should ask an attorney. Some people don't know that many attorneys have free consultations or at least very low cost consultations. And I highly recommend to people to go out and to talk to many different attorneys before choosing one. So that way you get to experience lots of different attorneys and understand how they might be beneficial to you. It just really helps you to go out and experience a lot of different attorneys. So many people don't know that you don't have to just talk to one attorney, you can talk to several. And so the first thing you might want to ask your attorney is, do you specialize in family law? Because there are different types of law. Many people know this, but they think like, oh, this is you want an attorney that is experienced in this arena. You don't want to just choose anybody and they're a jack of all trades and they do lots of different laws, because that's a red flag. So then, be ready when you go to talk to the attorney, be ready with some real simple, short kind of an explanation of your case, maybe what some hiccups might be, that whether you think it's a high conflict case or a relatively easy case. Ask them, so knowing what you know about my case, what would the strategy be that you would have for my case? And how long do you predict that it would take to resolve it? So another red flag for this is if someone says, oh, it's an easy case and it will only take 3 months or something. If they do something ridiculously lowball like that, that's a sure sign that that attorney might be selling you. So you want to be really careful with that. How will you charge me? Some attorneys will charge by individual email, some 10-minute phone calls, some do 15 to 30-minute phone calls. So you want to know upfront what you're going to be charged with, because that's going to impact how you're going to communicate with your attorney, which leads me to the next tip. How do I communicate with you? And am I charged with that communication? So those are important questions to ask about your attorney. What does the retainer cover? Who will be working on my case? If it's a large law firm and you go to talk to one attorney and you go in the next day and someone else is working on your case, or someone shows up at court that you've never met before that's representing your case, you want to know who's working on your case. That's vital to know. What can you do to save money in your divorce? What if you and your ex decide that you want to negotiate? Are you able to do that? How can you put some cost-saving measures? What part of the divorce case can you work on that will save you some money? And what do you estimate is the total cost of this divorce? Now, I'm going to be honest, attorneys are going to resist this question, and rightly so, because every case is extremely different. And if they really undersell how long it's going to take and undersell how much it's going to cost, that's a red flag. It's very difficult for attorneys to predict how long it's going to take, how much it'll cost. Try to get a ballpark figure, but if your senses are off about, oh, it's only going to be, this very low amount, you should be wary of that number, because it's very difficult for attorneys to predict. The higher conflict it is, obviously the more it's going to cost you. So you want to try to not just get an attorney and they're trying to get your business and trying to tell you whatever you want to hear. And then another great question that I think that you should ask your attorney: what would past clients say about you? Try to get a sense of what, you know, their personality and what makes them unique as a divorce attorney. And then what you really, really, really want to be on guard about is that, are they listening? So many clients leave their attorneys because they don't feel heard. They don't feel like the attorney is really valuing what they have to say or what they have to contribute, and they don't feel listened to. So it's really important that you get an attorney that you feel like you have a really great communication with, because this is a personal case. It gets very emotional. You want an attorney who'll be honest with you and not just tell you what you want to hear. And you want someone that's going to communicate with you when you need to know things. So those are some tips for choosing the right attorney for you. If you want even more tips, if you want more help, if you want to know how you can avoid hiring an attorney and staying out of the court system, reach out to me. I can give you a complimentary session, and we can talk about 3 tips for getting you through your divorce without being emotionally, legally, and financially devastated. That's what I do as a divorce strategist, and I'm happy to help you through your divorce and get you through this. Avoid the mistakes that so many people make. All right, reach out to me at terrievanover@comcast.net, and we'll arrange to talk soon. All right, thanks. Have a great day.